I've been traveling the stars for over a month now, searching for the aliens that blew up my home planet. Yeah, remember that friendly game of baseball with some aliens from the last episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour? Well, apparently they didn't like losing, so they blew up the freaking Earth. What a bunch of slimy chumps. Am I right, my fellow gamers? I thought all was lost until one day, I stumbled upon a little friend. So let me get this straight. Some green alien took your ship's CPU, and now you need my help to get it back?
Pretty much, my dude.
Hey, is there a reason you sound like Microsoft Sam or something?
Don't worry about it. Here's my game.
Yeah, not really a good presentation there.
Neither is your terrible YouTube channel, you clod. Now get to playing.
Wait, what? Whoa! Whoa! Huh. I don't think that was the real AstroBot. Who cares? I got games to play. Welcome to yet another episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour. This is the video game review show where I take a look at some of the games I own physically and or digitally. For the fourth episode of the series, we are looking at a recent release. It's going to be AstroBot for the PlayStation 5. Ooh, fancy new game. Yeah, that's right, I can actually review modern games on this channel. Even games that came out like a week or two depending on when this video releases. Who knows? AstroBot is a 3D platformer and collectathon type game. You go through tons of levels, get some sweet power-ups, and collect all the other bots of the levels. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to mention something real quick. Oh yeah, since this is technically a new game, there's going to be some spoilers in this video. You may think, for a platformer? Yeah, but I want to just mention that before going into this video that there are going to be spoilers for those people that actually care about spoilers for a little robotic platformer game. Anyway, now where'd that game get to?
I already put the game in the console for you, Joshua.
Yeah, please don't call me by my name, you creepy little robot.
Want to fondle my antenna later?
What?
Here's your controller. Play my game, borrow.
Okay, I don't know how my controller got over there. Ugh. Why is it all sticky? What did you do to it?
Hey look, the game is booting up.
So the game starts up like any other PlayStation game from this era. Shows off all the logos and such, then it's time to press start. Yeah, you actually select a memory card and boom, cutscene. Oh yeah, he's just f***ing dead. That's the game, everybody. Okay, bye.
Shake the controller, you retard.
Oh yeah. So Astro wakes up and you investigate this satellite. Jump on up there, and then you get to wake up this doofus satellite. He dips out of there, and then you call in your controller for this epic moment. The satellite picks up the first galaxy to go to, and that's where I'm going to divide this video up, and start jumping around a bit. First things first, there are 5 separate galaxies along with the bonus galaxy that I'll get into in a bit. Also, hey, there's this hub planet that you just came from. This is basically the gist of the game. You go into the galaxies, beat the levels, and collect all the bots and puzzle pieces. Sounds simple, right?
Yeah, man. I think I'm f***ing lost. I don't know where the hell I am.
Let's just go ahead and keep it simple. Basically, this alien douche nozzle stole your CPU and broke your ship. Your parts are spread throughout all the galaxies and such. You gotta beat all the levels and bosses to progress the story. Well, let's start with the first level of the first galaxy and then branch off from there. First up on the docket is the Sky Garden, and man, what a way to truly start this game. This is a very chill first level, as it's not too hard and gives you everything right away. Look, our first bot.
Hell yeah, one down and 299 to go. Yay.
Yeah, there's lots of bots to collect, and there's roughly 40 to 60-ish bots per galaxy. Each level usually has somewhere between 3 and 7, but it all depends on the level. Oh yeah, don't forget about those puzzle pieces. They are important for expanding our hub planet. Oh yeah, cameos are crazy in this game too. Just look, it's Ratchet. How neat. There are even little secret areas in the level, and let's skip to the end. Once you reach the end, you get to have a dance party.
Oh yeah, you guys can't handle my dance moves. What do you think of this?
Leave it to the bots, my fleshy friend.
I'm good.
So this is where we finally split off and head back to the hub area, aka the crash site. After reawakening your PS5 spaceship, you bring in your bots from your previous missions and start to slowly unlock new shops and areas depending on how much stuff you collected. That stuff being both the bots and puzzle pieces. The bots will help you progress in the game as you need to collect them to get to certain levels and areas, while the puzzle pieces just get you new shops and cosmetics for both you and your bots.
Yes, the Hub Plaza. You can pretty much do everything here. You know, you can buy some food, get some clothes. Oh, you can also even get mugged.
Anyway, the crash site is vital to some of the neat stuff you can get, and let's go ahead and talk about it and spoil a lot of the game before getting into the meat and potatoes of the game. The first shop you unlock is the Gachapon machine. This gets you a bunch of stuff ranging from new costumes to new paint jobs for your controller. Oh yeah, you can even get cosmetics for your fellow bots to let them do neat little animations around the plaza. You can sort of see all the bots that you can collect and how they interact when you give them a smack in the plaza area. I won't show them all off, but you'll see some appear during gameplay and really showcase how many cameos there truly are.
Whoa! Who knew physical gambling was so much fun? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, not that type of gambling, but the one where you open like physical like capsule goods, you know, not loot boxes, but Gachapon, that's the word.
Another building you eventually unlock is the costume and paint buildings. This allows you to try on new outfits to wear while in the game. You get all these neat outfits from retro to gold to even other various costumes from many different characters from different video games. I ended up just sticking with the Yarnum Hunter outfit, as I do love me some Bloodborne references.
Now I would have a bit where I just change costumes, but I did that in the last episode and that would be just considered lazy writing at this point.
Besides the costume house, you also got the paint room, which allows you to repaint your controller companion. I thought a lot of these controllers were neat color-wise, but at the end of the day, I preferred the original base color that comes with the default controller. There was also a small window where I did have a different color, but I'm a sucker for that blue and white.
If you don't know already, my favorite colors are blue, white, and orange. I mean, you could tell by my controllers. Pretty sick, huh? I know you're jealous.
The next area is the Safari Zone that you'll get much later in the game. Imagine Pokemon Snap, but you actually get to walk around and take pictures with the robotic animals. It's a neat concept, but I'm not really into photo taking. This game is gorgeous graphically, and I can see why some people would love to take photos in this game. You can get some pretty neat snapshots too.
Hey Astro, smile for the selfie.
Get back to talking about my game or I'll banish you to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Oh Astro, you're such a jokester.
There's also one last thing to unlock with your puzzle pieces, but I'll get into that later. There are also different areas in the crash site, but I'll cover those with their respective galaxies. Speaking of which, let's actually get back to the Gorilla Nebula before the Cincinnati zookeepers get to him.
Wait, there's a gorilla on the loose again? Not in my house. Come on, let's go.
Ah yes, the Gorilla Nebula. It's got the first level that we already saw, Aztec Trail, Creamy Canyon, as well as the Construction Derby. Then obviously the boss himself, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Aztec Trail felt like a level straight out of Crash Bandicoot, and that's fitting because there was actually a cameo from the Bandicoot himself. You also get these neat little Froggy Extendo punching gloves, and get a taste of your first mini-boss. Moving over to Creamy Canyon, this one felt like your average snow level, but with ice cream snow. Also, all the bots were really well hidden, especially for a first bunch of levels. Now it's time to move on to Construction Derby. This one was fun all around with fantastic platforming and this funky ass bop of a soundtrack. You also get one of the power-ups that lets you do a forward thrust with a dog jetpack thing. Also towards the end you get a sneak peek at the boss. Oh man.
Being real with you guys, I honestly had a big fat smile on my face the entire run through this first galaxy. And being honest with you, I think they knocked it out of the park with this first galaxy. And little did I know, things were just about to get even better.
Now it's finally time for the first boss, Mighty Chewy, and boy oh boy, it was a treat. You get that jetpack dog thing I mentioned earlier, and you basically go up against a colossal robotic gorilla, jumping across buildings and whacking this dude in the eyes. Oh yeah, you take out his teeth too. Overall, it was a great boss fight, and that's when I got the blast of nostalgia after getting the bots from out of this world.
Are we about to play Ape Escape? Don't tell me we're about to play Ape Escape.
It was at this moment that you unlocked a level that lets you play Ape Escape. Yeah, that's right. At the end of every Galaxy boss, you get a bonus level where you're teleported into the world of that game. The first being Ape Escape, and catching those pesky monkeys again was fantastic. I was going to talk about Ape Escape in a future episode, but I love this game. I played it all the time both on my PSP and PS2. This was a nice little taste of it, and just reminded me that I wish we get a new entry in this long dormant series.
See, I told you I love them. I have all three. I have a problem.
After catching all those pesky monkeys, you get the first ship part, which is your ram. You take it back to the crash site, put it back together, and put it back in the ship. Simple as that, I suppose. It's also funny as hell seeing the bots in the background watching it in awe, especially the monkey boss because their faces look so stupid. Now let's move on to the next galaxy.
Wait, how long is this episode going to be? We're already like 5 pages in the script, and y'all just finished the first galaxy? Jeez Louise, my dudes. Hey, at least you guys watching at home have the option to skip through the timestamps and watch what part you want, and instead of having to listen to this fat nerd gush about how much he likes this freaking child platforming robot game.
So upon returning to the crash site, you get another satellite that lands, but this time in a different area. You have to go over there where the bots are all pointing and use them as a literal bridge and retrieve the satellite. Of course, there are other bots floating around the area and you can save them as well, but we gotta pick this episode up or else I'll get accused by those watching that I'm stretching out the watch time to make it look better in the algorithm or something like that.
Getting meta much there, narrator?
Yeah. Anyway, it's on to the Tentacle System. Unfortunately, there is no hentai in this galaxy, but there are some pretty sweet planets. The first being the Go-Go Archipelago, and it's pretty much a pirate beach adventure thing. You also get a monkey to climb shit, and it sort of drives me bananas with the motion controllers.
Ah, god damn it, just climb the stupid thing! Oh!
Personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but luckily it doesn't overstay its welcome. They even incorporated this into a mini-boss of the level, where it's this giant pirate skeleton, and you have to climb him. The upside of this fight is you get to rip his stupid pirate head off. Man, that felt good.
Alright, who's next?
Hey, what the hell? Why am I tiny now? Is this like the gimmick of the next level or something? Hey, you guys better not trick me, I don't like this.
Downside surprise. This was a really neat level where you shrink down to the size of a mouse and travel through all the smaller details of the level, going through the vents and finding all the bots and such. Then I went over to Wormy Passage. This felt like your typical underground level, but you get the froggy gloves to swing along the mushrooms and such. Oh, you also get eaten by this giant worm at the end and climb out of his tummy. Speaking of vor...
What? You think I'm gonna shove that giant ass camera down my mouth? What are you, psychotic? How about this next level instead?
The Trunk of Funk. It starts off super relaxing, hopping around this big old field, and then you water this giant ass seed. That's where the fun begins.
Wait a minute. This jackass just wanted a free lunch. And of course, Astro's gone. I don't get why this guy has to freaking Leroy Jenkins himself into this tree's mouth, but I guess let's progress through the level, shall we?
It's a completely normal level, and I was just overreacting for the bit. It's a funky platformer to the top. You even get this elephant that spoots out its own platforms for you to stand or bounce on in like midair or something. I did spend a lot of time on this level, but that's mainly because I was trying to get all the bots and puzzle pieces. Besides, nothing could prepare me for the mini-boss.
You like eggs? Of course you do. Now slurp it up. Salmonella and all. Yum yum.
Yeah, the mini-boss is some birds and some eggs, and you get on top of their eggshells and literally suck all the yolk out of them with your little elephant backpack. It's like Luigi's Mansion, but more f***ed up. I guess you could say these eggs are going to be a little, over easy.
I had to clean up that mess, by the way. It wasn't fun. That bit was not funny to clean up, and I hope I used the footage showing me cleaning it up to show how funny it was not cleaning it up.
Moving on from that idiot, it's finally time to face against the galaxy's boss, Wako Taco. Besides fighting a giant tentacle monster that's not in some weeb's anime fantasy, why does this octopus sound like an elephant? Not that I'm complaining, but I don't think an octopus makes that noise. I know, nitpicky, but at least the fight with him was fun. Especially, it's a boxing match between you and this giga-sized sea creature. This boss also splits the sea, and you hop over to his island to kick his butt one last time. Now stranded at sea, you see a boat, and who's on that boat? Well, it's Kratos and the boy, so you know what that means.
You finally get to play the God of War games, but in an E-rated game. It's the family-friendly version of the dad and son adventure, Bot of War.
As someone who played the God of War games, I did enjoy this section. It was also sort of neat seeing all the God of War characters in bot form. I also enjoyed the final mini-boss fight against the giant pig and throwing him into the ice block to get out your next ship part, which happens to be the SSD. It was also cool as hell thawing it out and repairing it and putting it back into the ship. While still on the subject, the SSD is the reason you get these super fast loading times, and this game really benefits from it, really using the PS5 hardware to its advantage. Anyway, let's move on to the next galaxy.
If you couldn't already tell by this video's length, I really enjoyed this game. I guess this little robot is pretty cool.
I'm not allowed to go into the state of Nevada anymore.
Oh.
You don't want to know why.
I'm kind of glad that he doesn't have any speaking lines in this game.
Up next is Serpent Starway. As you know, the alien is still harassing our CPU friend. That's not that important though, as this galaxy hits you with one of the coolest mechanics in any video game. The first level is Slow-Mo Casino, and you get the ability to slow down time in this giant ass casino level. Not only do you hop onto the dice blocks and casino coins, but you also can hop onto enemies' cards or dodge their lightning fast fireballs. This is probably my favorite power-up in the game, and not going to lie, to even make this level better, the last spot you rescue is Joker from Persona 5, and I do love me some Persona 5.
Hey, you just gotta let me have this one, okay? Persona fans will do anything to talk about any references from their long-ass RPGs, and I should know. I have all of them.
Next up, Free Big Brother, and you pretty much released the Iron Giant, but cooler. Nothing really too memorable about this level, and that's okay. Not everyone's gonna be a banger. What ended up being a banger was the next level, which was Bathhouse Battle, and this one has the sponge ability. Basically, you absorb all the water and become this big ass bot that kicks serious booty. Also, the soundtrack was pretty poppin' in this level too. The next level was called Lost in Time, and it's a desert level but in an hourglass. You also get the chicken jetpack that allows you to thrust upward. I'm starting to see a lot of inspiration from Mario Sunshine in this game, and I'm loving every second of it. It's like Mario Sunshine but without FLUDD and less wahoo. Anyway, it's time to unlock the main boss for the galaxy, Lady Venomara. I thought this was going to be an intense fight, and it ended up being a bit harder than the rest. After beating her, your reward is getting to play the AstroBot version of Uncharted, aka Dude Raiders. It took some of the best parts from Uncharted, simplified them, and really felt like playing the original quadrilogy all over again. Hey, at least you get your GPU ship part at the end after getting away from that spooky ghost mini-boss, and we're getting much closer to finishing the game.
AstroBot has been an incredible ride so far, and we got a bit more game to cover. This has truly been a celebration of gaming, obviously with a bit more focus on PlayStation's history, but you can tell that there was some heavy influence from other companies' platformers and other various games. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the next galaxy.
Camo Cosmos. Obviously we got the satellite and watched the alien harass the poor CPU some more, but what's really important is the first level, Hero Glitch Pyramid. When I say important, I mean I didn't actually take any notes on this one. All I remember about this is that it's Egyptian themed and you turn into some cannonball. Sort of reminded me of those Knuckles levels in Sonic Adventure 2, but no Chaos Emeralds. Sorry, Eggman. The next level was an underwater level, Bubbling Under. The only upside to this level is you got a power up that lets you swim faster.
Wait a minute. I'm starting to suspect that these galaxies' regular levels are on the highest high like some of the other levels from the other galaxies were. Not that I hated playing these levels, they just didn't seem as memorable as the other ones did. Still had a blast playing them though.
The next level was Balloon Breeze, and it's this neat little garden in the sky. Also a returning cameo from Big Brother Robot Dude. Now my only concern with this level is the fact that the caterpillar was trying to get freaky with the flower. Like, dude, the game is rated E. You can't do that around here.
Hey, that reminds me. That thing you can't do around here is the reason I can't go back to Kentucky anymore.
What the fuck?
Moving right along is probably one of my favorite spooky themed levels in any video game. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of this Halloween spooky graveyard type of level, but this one has an exception. Spooky Time took the coolest power up in the game and ran with it. Yeah, that's right, slow-mo time is back, baby.
You see, I can't actually see the spooky green ghost because I have this headset on. Checkmate, you green bastards.
I think it's really funny that these ghosts are just throwing and become general trolls to society, but you're running around dunking on them with your cool-ass slow-mo abilities. The finale of this level is also insane, as there are all this stuff going ham, and you just jump on it like it's nothing. Next up was one of the cooler bosses in my opinion, Mecha Leon, a chameleon that becomes an easier version of Returnal. You also get to use my favorite power-up in the game, so of course I like this boss a bit more. I also find it funny as hell is that he runs up and punches him in the uvula.
Yeah, take that, you big mouth.
While I did think this was one of the harder boss fights in the game, it was one of the most rewarding ones as well. You beat him, you get to the Loco Roco segment. Didn't personally play this game, but seeing the fact that my Yarnum AstroBot with all these cutesy ass characters was funny as hell. The level that followed up the boss was also very charming, and I didn't really hate the motion controls as I did in some of the other levels. Overall, this was a very relaxing way to end this galaxy. You also get the fan for the ship at the very end. Nothing really to say about that one.
It's finally time for the final galaxy. Well, technically not the final galaxy, but the one you need before the final fight.
The Feather Cluster. It all starts off with the alien giving your CPU friend some flowers, but then being a dick about it, like this alien has been the entire game. Whatever man. Let's talk about just Genie of the Lamp. This cool ass Arabian level that ends up with this crazy tornado for some genie that you release. Also a mini boss fight against this big boy. I guess not every wish should be granted.
Is that supposed to be a joke? If it was, it didn't really land well. I wish you could tell better jokes next time, you stupid idiot.
Alright, besides this meanie weenie bobini, the next level is Luna Sola, and has this gimmick of changing the stage's platforms when they change the day and night cycle. Overall, a neat level, but we got some more stuff to cover. Up next is Frozen Meal level. This is really a generic snow level, but it has a lot of sliding on ice and doing jumps. The crazy thing about this level was the giant snowman that you get to melt. That'll teach you not to laugh at my terrible jokes.
Still on about this one? This guy really needs to cool off. Now that's a joke.
Did I mention I'm banned from visiting Alaska?
Cannon Brawl was a lava level where you get to use the cannonball power up to zip around the level. It also had its own mini boss against a fiery pirate skeleton. Thought that was pretty neat. Not as neat as Orbital Blitz though. This level really felt special in the sense that it felt more like a cleaned up version of Black Mesa's Zen level. I mean, I'm a sucker for space levels and anything space, but I felt like this was a good final level. It had the right amount of challenge and even had a mini boss fight with a UFO. Not the green alien you've been seeing around, but just a sentient UFO. Now it's boss time.
I don't know where Astro's at, but I'm kind of glad he's not here. Let's go ahead and talk about the final boss before the final boss.
Falcon McFly is a giant bird, and he used the cannonball ability for this flight. I will admit, I died more than I wanted to on this fight, but that's not important. What's probably cool is the Horizon Zero Dawn level after it. Yeah, you get to explore that world with the Astro Bot, and I haven't actually really played those games, but I've heard they're really good. The coolest part of the level though was the final chase with the T-Rex, and man, that was intense. You also get the faceplates for your PS5 ship, and give them a nice cleaning after you get them.
Now we're finally at the part that you've all been waiting for. The finale. Haha, I was just kidding. These are the bonus levels that are hidden within the actual levels that teleport you to these lost galaxies. You unlock them by finding this secret disco ball in one of the few levels inside the actual galaxies.
While I did play them all, this technically is optional levels. They are also on the side of a bit more challenging and really reward the players who want more. There are some creative levels hiding in here, and this is a sort of something that I really want to let you, the viewers, experience on your own. If you're thinking of playing this game or have played this game, go check out the Lost Galaxy levels. They have a lot of charm, like this one where there's a volcano that's sick, and this other one where it's a 3D 8-bit beat-em-up style level. Also, the finale for this galaxy is truly a celebration worth playing. Also, you get a Fall Guy bot. Woo! There's also some of the side levels and shape challenges in each of the galaxies. There are hidden levels inside of each galaxy that are sort of filler but give you some neat little bots in exchange. There's your Retro Rampage where you fight 8-bit monsters, or even this little Crumble Rumble where you gotta make the enemies fall off the crumbling platforms. There are many others like a rematch with the Genie, or even this Rolling on an Armadillo ones, really filling in the nooks and crannies of the galaxies.
Now there's one more thing that I want to discuss before talking about the final boss, and that's what I'm going to call the shape challenges. Now, don't freak out, but some shapes are going to be watching you.
These are what I'm dubbing the X, circle, square, triangle challenges, or the shape challenges. Basically, you find these hidden mini galaxies that contain these shape challenges. These are hard as balls challenges that really kick your ass. To even add on, you have this triangle that's judging you the entire time.
Man, it sure is a nice day to go for a walk. Oh, never mind, I'm just gonna go back inside.
Yeah, I'm being a little bit comedic with this one, but it's really what it felt like. These shapes are just watching you fail over and over and over again to the point where it's just funny.
Everywhere I go, I just see them. Those goddamn shapes. Wait. God, no. They're just everywhere. I just want to eat lunch.
Now, this is probably a post-game situation for most people, but there's a specific area that I left out on the crash site, and that's the golden statue. You don't unlock it until you collect all 300 bots and all the puzzle pieces. Once you get both, you climb all the way up to the moon and do the final shape challenge.
Alright, you damn shapes. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Give me your worst.
And their worst they did give. This stage is probably the hardest in the entire game, and for a good reason. I mean, it's not the hardest platforming level I've ever done, but it's one of those more satisfying ones after completing it. It truly threw everything you have done in the games up to this point and ran with it in this level. I think I beat it in like 20 minutes, but I saw some people online saying it took them hours to beat. All while people are freaking speedrunning this thing, probably blindfolded or something.
Yo, what's up, chat? I'm gonna be doing the No Eyes Challenge for AstroBot. Okay, let's go.
Alright, that's enough stalling. It's time for the finale. Time to beat that alien bastard once and for all. All this harassment, and it's time to kick his alien butt.
I know this isn't the alien that actually blew up my home planet in the last episode, but you know, continuity doesn't really matter in this series because I said I was going to play a different game on the last episode, but I did the whole switcheroo on you. Besides, how many of you actually watched every single episode or are still even watching this video? Yeah, that's what I thought.
All your bot brethren point, and it's go time. Smash that button open, and it's time to get in the big ship and get revenge on that alien tool bag. I'm just going to show you how hard this goes with this cutscene. As you can see, it's time for the final battle. You team up with your entire bot army and fight against the alien armada with your PlayStation consoles from yesteryear. Everything from the PS1 to the PS4 and beyond. We even got the PSP and PS Vita showing up along with that weird ass L controller thing for the PS1. Remember that? Also, the finale music is from another game and it completely goes hard for this scene. At the end, you finally get what's been a long time coming.
You thought it was going to be that easy? Well, think again there, bucko. It's time for the boss fight.
This is the fight for the ages. You get to use all the power-ups from all the levels and really go after this guy, using his little spin wheel and really using his shenanigans against him. It truly was a fight for the ages, and that ending cutscene where you finally get your CPU buddy back and your ship again, oh man, that seemed way too easy.
Yeah, the boss was easy. That's just because I'm a good gamer. Oh, fudge!
Yeah, the alien has one last attack on you, and you really let him have it by using your own ship gun against him to get him really good. Hopefully these final attacks will destroy him once and for all.
Wait, no, he can't just do that. He can't just sacrifice himself like that. What the hell? No! Holy crap. They really just ended the game like that. That's messed up. Yeah, I knew he would actually make it. You can't fool me. Wait, no, come on, bro. My emotions. Oh, come on, dude. Come on, wake up, dude. Come on, dude. Wake up. Come on, guy. Wake up. Wake up. You can't do this to me. Come on, bro. I said wake up. Wake the f*** up. Come on, you can't do this to me.
At last, your brother bots start to give you repairs and you try everything to get him awake again. It truly is a touching moment. Then, it ends with you placing a new heart in him and reviving him one last time.
Yeah, it's a family-friendly game. They wouldn't end it like that. Now it's time to f***ing celebrate.
Well, that was AstroBot for the PS5. Overall, I really enjoyed this game. I cannot recommend it enough, and I would put it in my top 3 games of 2024. It was a fantastic time from start to finish. Yeah, it had its dull moments, but they were still fun as hell. Even rewatching my footage and writing the script, I still have a smile on my face. I truly enjoyed this game, and I'm glad that Team Asobi got to make an actual game with AstroBot. I would say, if you have the chance to play it, do it. I know there are rumors of it coming to PC eventually, and that's still a viable option to play it. Overall, AstroBot was a celebration of gaming in the best possible way. 10 out of 10 would play again. Seriously, it was that good.
Well, that's going to end it for this episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour. Now, I would normally end with some sort of joke, but all I have to say is just praise for the developers for making this phenomenal game. My only gripe is that I want the soundtrack. Give me the physical CD, come on guys, I want the soundtrack so I can listen to it.
I have the soundtrack, follow me.
Oh hell yeah, I'll follow you. Astro? Hey, where'd you go, little buddy? I wonder what that guy go.
Thanks for playing my game. Now I'll take this ship and be on my way. Bitch.
Huh? Where the hell am I? Did that little smuck really just leave me on an asteroid? What a dick. Oh. Yeah, this is somehow worse. You know, I don't really know how exactly it's worse, but it just is. Well, I guess it's gonna conclude this episode of Watersurf's Gaming Hour. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one if I get off this rock. Okay, bye.